So today, we're going to play this list. This list, usually you don't really see Quantum Riddler and Simic. And usually you see 4 Oculuses because it's the best card. But this person, this challenge, right? That Manland person beat me to get into the top 8. And they knocked me out of top 8, and then they ended up winning the challenge. I think I may have played this one off stream. Or I may have started on stream and then lost. But I lost to this person. And they ended up winning the challenge. And their list is a little bit different. So that's where this Simic list that we're going to play today comes from. It comes from the Manland. And we're just going to run it with what they have. 3 Oculuses. It seems sacrilegious, but we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see how it ends up playing. So let's give this deck a run through. Yeah. See how it goes. I think we can keep this hand. This is a situation where we get to warp the Riddler into the birthing thing. I mean, here's that situation that just came up where we warp the Riddler and see what we get. Prismatic Vista. That seems like a pretty good turn 1 play. Ba-doop. Hedge Maze. I have a Subtlety. So I don't think I need another one. Graveyard. What the hell starts with Prismatic Vista? I have not seen the Omnath Ritual. If you got a link, I'll check it out. Rumble, okay. What do they got? Oh, it must be some kind of, yeah. Alright. So we're doing some kind of Eldrazi ramp. Probably has, what does it have? What's that card I'm thinking of? Probably has, Brood Scales in it. Yeah, Golgari Broodscale. I mean, Cling to Dust is a cool card to hit in Golgari Broodscale. Alright, let's play the Ritual. And let's pass the turn. So it's probably better just to Cascade on 3. Cling is really interesting. Because, like, I feel like I need to slow them down here. I feel like I should Subtlety this. What am I pitching, though? The Riddler? The Rizzler? Need this as a land. And I guess if I Shardless, I'll have Flare up. So let's pitch. I guess we're pitching the Rizzler, which is kind of seems crazy. Yeah, alright. That kind of might be crazy. That might be like dime smart, dollar stupid type shit. Alright. Let's play this. 1, 2, 3. Shardless Agent. Another Birthing Ritual. Okay. So now we get to go to the end step and we get to do some stuff. Trigger number 1. Shardless Agent is going to become a Coiling Oracle. Okay. Sacrifice you. I could get a Subtlety and then try for a Quantum Riddler off the next 7. Or I could draw a card. But I guess this isn't draw a card. This is draw a card plus get a land in play. We should probably just take the value. Draw. That was good. That was good to do that. Alright, here's Harbinger or Oculus. I think given the nature of this game, and given that they put the bug on top, I think I want to get Harbinger. I think Harbinger should be lights out. Harbinger. Okay. And then we can warp the Riddler next turn. And then let the Riddler do the riddling. Essence Flux. That seems pretty sweet. Alright. So this trigger is going to resolve. Let's take a look at this list. 4-color Cascade Beanstalk. That's pretty sweet. It's a pretty sweet list. I like that. We'll have to check that out sometime. Okay, so now we can't really attack. I guess we play this. We could just hold up the Subtlety to get rid of their thing, but I think we should Riddler. I shouldn't have played a land in case I draw a green source. Alright, let's play Riddler. Let's go to the end step. So we put the Warp Blast. Okay. So there's another Harbinger, or there's Ice-Fang. I think we want an Ice-Fang. We could also just not sacrifice anything, but that seems like a loss of value. Okay, sacrifice you. Get Ice-Fang. Draw a card. Okay, good. Another island. So now we take this. And then we... Oh, see, we could have left the Riddler to get a Riddler. We could also sack this to get an Endurance. I think I want to use the Flare to counter the card that they're going to play next turn. And if I get the Endurance, I can't use the Flare. But I can Subtlety it. But let's... Yeah, let's leave the Ice-Fang. Alright. Yield to the turn. Now we can just flare the thing. Yoink. Alright. Harbinger MVP here. Alright, so we have a Subtlety. Oh, Fblthp's like perfect here. Fblthp can start the adventures of the birthing ritual. Draw a card. Okay. Play lands. Be in combat, attack with Harbinger. I think it's about time for Oculus. So here's another Fblthp. Let's start with another Fblthp. Sacrifice Fblthp. Fblthp will draw me 2 here, if I'm not mistaken. Fblthp enters draw. If you cast from your library instead, you draw 2 cards. Let's draw 2. Draw 2. That seems pretty good. And then... I guess we get... Ice-Fang. Okay. Sack Fblthp. Ice-Fang draws a card. Okay. Alright. We have 7 cards. They have 2. We have a Subtlety. Oculus next turn. Feel pretty good. Feel pretty good. They do have a Cling here. Fatal Push. Ice-Fang. Yes. That probably feels bad from them to have to do that. Okay, so don't really have green, so I guess we just play this. 1, 2, 3, Oculus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And attack for 2. Okay. No. Okay. No. Let's put a Quantum Riddler face down. That seems pretty good. I have to imagine this Harbinger is doing a lot of work, stopping them from probably Kozilek's commanding. Or Simic gaming. Essence Flux does seem kind of good in this list. Just be able to blink a lot of stuff. But we're just taking this list because this person beat us. I'm just going to take 3. The only way that I would lose this game is if I block and they have like a fatal push. Then they can push this and have like a Kozilek's command. So I'll just take the damage here. No big deal. Where's Simic Gaming? Paying the cost. Looks like they're clinging to dust. Toxic Deluge X equals 5. Okay then. Well, that's kind of serious. Alright. Crack this. Get this. 1. An endurance. I wonder, I probably want to get all these cards back into their deck. Although, I do kind of want all these back in mine, but let's just do that for now. Get rid of the cling. Go to our turn. Our snow-covered forest is gone. Let's start with Ice-Fang Oracle. Surveil. Well, that's lovely. Don't really need that. Oh, no. Hold on. Untap. Attack for 3 here. I think we're holding up the subtleties. And trigger number 1. So I guess we take this and turn it into an Ice-Fang and draw a card. Draw a card. And then we... Okay. We take the Endurance and turn it into an Ice-Fang? Or do we take this? Endurance represents quite the clock here. Let's get another Harbinger. And this should be lights out. Yeah. We should have them here. I mean, I don't know. Thoughtseize. Okay. Take a look at my thoughts. Okay. So they're playing an interesting list. Harbinger seems pretty good. So, first thoughts, let's bring in the other Harbinger. Didn't really see anything for this. Probably want Consigns. Although, they didn't really do that much with this. Yeah, main deck Deluge is pretty nutso. I don't know how to feel about it. Like, on one hand, it's like, okay. Endurance is... It's interesting because in their list, I saw Consign to Memory, and Consign to Memory would make one think that if you're taking chunks out of your graveyard, you're probably not playing 13 mana Emrakul. We'll maybe do the Mango Cube down the road. We're going to place a little bit of Modern for... I'm going to do a vote after this League of Modern. I'm going to put the Mango Cube. I'm going to put some more Modern decks, and whatever wins, we'll do. So if people vote for the Mango Cube, we'll do Mango Cube. If people don't vote for it, then we probably won't do it. So let's take out Endurances. And let's bring in some Consign to Memories. And what else are we going to cut? Maybe we don't... I mean, the Consign... We know that they're playing... Yeah, I guess we want Consigns. We know they have things that make Consign good. What am I cutting? Maybe we cut some number of Shardless Agents when we bring in the Consigns. Because Shardless Agenting into a Consign seems really bad. And let's leave in 1 Endurance. Just so we can cycle through the deck if we need to. Actually, let's cut all the Shardlesses and let's keep Endurances. Just to be able to potentially stop them from casting an Emrakul. Or make it harder to cast an Emrakul, at least. Okay, so we have blue lands. Alright, the only question is, do we need to shock this in on 1 to hold up Consign? I don't think so. I think we can put it into play tapped. Well, goodbye, Harbinger. I'll miss you. Goodbye. little friend? Let's talk some shit. You take that one. Oh, that's more diabolical. Significantly more diabolical. Alright, let's tell him that. Significantly more diabolical take. Fingers crossed for punishment. I know, they can wasteland me. Yes sir. Alright, deck. Fingers crossed. They are playing 13 mana Emrakul. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Let's see what we can do here. It's pretty bad for us. They get the temple this turn. Alright. Things are escalating quickly to a point in which I don't think we can recover. Alrighty. We'll dump a Harbinger. I think we are in a bit of trouble. If this is a sowing Michael Spawn kicked, we're going to concede. Looks like what it is. Okay. Okay, alright. Alright. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, Magic. Oh, Magic, you silly son of a bitch. I mean, even this, like, they're going to kick this and get rid of this, so we were drawing this. We're turns behind, and they can get a Ghost Quarter here with this, and then just Ghost Quarter me over and over, and... Alrighty, alrighty. Maybe I need Dismember. Alright, so we definitely want the full set of endurances. Maybe cut a Riddler. Riddler's kind of clunky until late game. Do we want Dismember to kill Icetail, or do you think we can just let it be countered? I think we can counter the thing, hopefully. Alright. This is... Okay. So we'll start with a fetch. We'll get Surveil Land. This will get basic Forest. Vexing Bauble. Well, that kind of sucks for me. Alright, Hedge Maze. Consign. I don't think I want to Consign yet. I think I need to secure my mana base before I get this Consign. Yeah. I probably agree with that. Okay. So, maybe I shock this in so I can't get it Thoughtseized. Because, as we saw, we can definitely get Thoughtseized. We could definitely get wrecked by a Thoughtseize. Okay. So now... I want to get a basic Forest. And then... It's Mighty Warpin' time. Draw? Oh, what a draw. Okay, now we're going to go to the end step. We're going to stack Warp. Alright. Interesting. Oh, in case, alright. Endurance, Oculus, Subtlety. I think it's got to be Oculus. Okay. Sacrifice you. Abhorrent Eyeball time. If they crack this and have Fatal Push, I'll be big sad. Oh, they meant to use the colors from the temple. I don't know if there's anything I can do about it. Sorry. Alright, let's see if we can help them. So take the Riddler. I mean, I could not attack with this. They're okay with it. Whatever. We could try and be a good guy, but I don't know. They could Ghost Quarter and then do it. Let's consign this trigger. Now I kind of feel bad, because, like, they would get a land, Crack it, get a swamp, Fatal Push my guy. But my guy should be dead. Should we be a good guy and, like, not attack with this? Or should we just crush them? Crush them. That's what chat would always say. Yeah. 1, 2. You'll do turn. Oh. Sorry. GG's. Sorry about that. Alright, we'll keep this. That's a cool deck. How you liking it? Are you playing Brood Scale in there, or are you just playing, like, control, land destruction type stuff? Are you playing, like, a mid-range type of deck, like this? Spikes List. Uh-oh. So control, landy, rockless rock. Okay, cool. Do I want a Hedge Mage, or do I want to get a basic? Let's start with this. You wrecked me. You wrecked me with the Thought Seizing the Springs. The Sink. I was just like so trashed by that. It just destroyed me so hard. Okay. What's the best thing to do here? I think the best thing to do is to play a Coiling Oracle. Because this potentially ramps us. So then next turn we can multi-spell. Okay. Good turn. I like this list. It's pretty cool. Just buy time, take down, buy time, take down, buy time, take down. And then you just Emmer Cooling. Pretty cool. Oh, it's the mirror. Okay, our opponent does not want to play the mirror. We probably don't want Harbingers in the mirror. We probably want a bunch of Mystical Disputes. And we probably want Reclamation Sages. And we probably don't want Endurances. Do we want Force of Vigors? How important is stopping the Birthing Ritual? I think stopping the Birthing Ritual is like a #1 priority. Yeah, Dismember does seem good. Do we want to stop the... Yeah, I think we need to stop rituals. I think we need all this. So we're bringing in 9 cards here. Maybe we don't want flares? Is that crazy? Is Dispute better than Flare? I want this to be able to counter a goddamn ritual on 2. Play this. Maybe 1 Force of Vigor. Alright, let's try this. Okay. Alright. I can dig it. Can you dig it? I can dig it. I wonder what... I think Coiling Oracle is better than Birthing Ritual. Right? Because you could get to a point where you potentially ramp yourself. I don't know. We'll have to see. There is something to be said about guaranteed resolving of Birthing Ritual. But... we'll see what our opponent does. Yep. Snake time. Alright, let's get our own Hedge Maze. Surveilling, yeah, I think making sure we can establish a good mana base is a good thing. Making sure we have a nice, healthy mana base. I think I want to get a basic forest here, and I want to play Coiling Oracle. And we snake it up. Snake. Aww. That could have been a land. Can't this be a land? If I leave it in my deck with the sleeve the other way, does it count? Yup. Next turn I could play Fblthp and then use Fblthp revert lowered cost to Boseiju the Birthing Ritual. Which might be the play unless they get an Oculus. If they get an Oculus, I'll need to do my own ritualing. Okay, so what do we think? I think, do we go... This is tough, right? Do we deal with their birthing ritual, or do we make our own birthing ritual? I think it's better to deal with their birthing ritual. I think it's just the better play to take out theirs. Yeah. Alright, so let's do this. Do we want to get a basic forest? Basic island here? Probably a basic island's fine. I kind of want to make sure my snakes have death touch later in the game. So that's why I'm kind of doing this now. Bibble Bibble, the Lost. Okay, let's draw a card. And we're going to do Surprise Boseiju when the time comes. Let's offer the trade here, because there's no way they're going to take it. Let's get in for one. Trade? Trade? You know you want to. Why don't you want to trade there? Why on earth wouldn't you want to trade? I don't understand why they didn't want to trade. Sorry, I'll stop being an idiot. So now they'll attack me. Okay. So this is why you have a stop at the end of your second main phase. Endure. Who are you going to target? Do I want my endurance back in my deck, or do I want to start building a graveyard for the Oculus? I think I'd like to start building a graveyard for the Oculus. But there is an argument to putting the Boseiju back in the deck. Right? But we'll just get rid of it for now. We'll just start rebuilding a graveyard here so we can potentially get to this Oculus. I believe this move probably cements us to win this game. If we get to resolve both of these. Ooh, sewers. Ooh, spicy. Okay. So let's go to our turn. Let's attempt to resolve Birthing Ritual number 1. Okay. Play. Yes. Birthing Ritual number 2! Okay. Which one of these do we sack? Let's take a look. Oculus? Oculus. Coiling Oracle dies. Oculus. Pass the turn. I would like an Ice-Fang underneath because it could potentially get Death Touch. We can flip it up and show its fangs. You need 3 other snow permanents. So 1, 2, and then another basic gives this Death Touch. I think it's prudent not to block here. If we block, we give them 6 for them to play an Oculus from the hand. So let's just take the 3. I find it prudent not to do so. Okay. So here's our basic land. This is our ice land, which lets us give this Death Touch when they play an Oculus next turn. So let's go to combat. Let's go to combat. I definitely feel like they have a subtlety here. But let's swing this Oculus. Okay. Now we can Riddler. Let's Riddler here. We still have a bunch of... We can just make a bunch of crappy permanents in play. This. Maybe I was supposed to attack with... Alright, here's the Subtlety. Oh, they're just flaring that? Alright, that's fine. Okay, so let's go to the end step. Let's sacrifice Fblthp. Well, shit. I guess we just... Okay. Sacrifice creature, no. Alright, well that kind of blows, but it's okay. So, Oculus. We'll put Shardless Agent. Here comes their Oculus, which will stink. Crack. Get basic. That way this thing will have Death Touch. Stink. Oh, why is this deck list? Why is it not working like that? Here's the list we're playing. If you'd like to copy the list. That's what we're playing. I don't know why Stream Decker is misbehaving. I do know why, because I usually fuck it up on Stream Decker. There you go. Okay, so they had the flame. They had the flare, which is okay. We'll be able to pull ahead of this game next turn with Quantum Riddler plus Oculus. There's no way they attack. Oh, yeah, you can't attack. I'm going to offer the trade with the Oh, that's a good draw, I guess. Maybe not. They have too many lands now. I'm going to offer the Oculus trade before we do anything. Would you like to trade Oculuses? I have a Birthing Ritual. They do not. So now I will play another Oculus. 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I will warp the Riddler. And we'll go to the end step. Put the warp second. Let this resolve. Okay. Sack Quantum Riddler. Get Oculus. We are the kings of Eyeball World. Eyeball. Eyeball. Okay. We have managed to out-eyeball our opponent. In the game of Eyeball, the Birthing Ritual is king. Okay. So, taking the turn off and killing their ritual with the Boseiju ended up winning us the game. I guess we can keep this. We're on the play. We just maybe Harbinger carries us. I'll keep the lands. Make sure we get to 3 lands. Okay. Looks like we're playing against Esper Blink. Oh, they missed their land drop. Boy, you hate to see that. Alright, let's get another Hedge Maze. Fill up the graveyard for Oculus. Okay. Okay, so we're playing against... Let's assume it's Jeskai Blink. And let's bring in Disputes. And how do we feel about Harbinger? We want Endurances to get rid of Flages. So far we want these 4. These 5. What is bad here? I mean, Harbinger has diminishing returns against a deck with Goblin with Flages that are so easy to cast, but at the same time we could get them. But I think on the draw we'll board these out. And we'll bring in these. And we'll cut... What are we going to cut? Agent? No, Agent's okay. We'll cut... No, I don't like cutting Riddler. I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm supposed to cut here. Maybe we cut an Oracle, a Riddler, and an Agent, I guess. sort of shave things. Okay. We're kind of weak to turn 2 dog. But other than turn 2 dog, we should be okay. I was thinking about Oculuses today and like why the same reason like I'm not buying Riddlers is the same reason I didn't buy Oculuses. Like if you look at the price history on Moto for Oculuses, at one point Oculuses were $100 on Moto, which is the same thing as Riddlers now. Like Riddlers are $100, but if you just wait, they're like, that's why you just use the rental service. Alright, let's get a Harvester. It's always best to use the rental service, because a lot of the times these expensive cards are like Hot Potato, where you like don't want to be caught with them. Alright, let's play you. Yield through the turn. Good. They didn't have Fella. Demolition Field. What? Okay. So this is... They're definitely not Esper Blink. Okay. Deal. Let's crack this. Fever! What's up? Thank you. Thank you. Free the toll. We'll play... I'll put Frog on the voting. So we could do Frog as potentially our next deck. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Alright, let's cast you. Mana Tithe, which? The Ice-Fang? Okay. Okay. So... interesting deck from our opponent. But, I mean, so far I got by the Mana Tithe. Demolition Field. Okay. Let's get Islands. It is a power move, because I did not expect it. I will say that I did not expect it. Be in combat, attack. Yep. I think it's time for Subtlety Beatdown. Colonnade is more powerful than every card in my deck. Alright. Done. What's this? So you're tapping out, you say. Alright, so the question is, do we want to play this Abhorrent Oculus? I guess we can't play the Oculus. We'll play this little snake. Okay. I don't really want to overextend into what could be the world's easiest Supreme Verdict, even though I can't play the Oculus. I guess now we play Oculus. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I can kind of protect it. Can I protect it from the Supreme Verdict? Supreme Verdict. I cannot protect it from, but I can protect it from... I can protect it from that. I can kind of protect it from that. Let's see. If I blow this Subtlety, right? They're just going to put it on top. They just put it on top and then they just draw it and cast it. And then I'm like in the same boat. Except for I'm down a card. Okay. Well, they only waste the one card that they pitched. They only waste this Mana Tithe and they waste their turn. But like, I don't think I can necessarily punish them for tapping out. Especially because all my cards are flash. Right? So I don't really punish them for tapping out. you know? So, I don't know. It doesn't seem worth it to dump 2 cards. Yeah, but if I pitch this, right, they just put it on top, draw it, and then hardcast it. And then my Oculus is gone, but I have a 2/2. Yeah. And they'd get to keep the body. Just flare with what? What do you mean? Just 3 for 1 yourself, like you're playing pre-modern? The Subtlety's gonna die. I'm very like pitch 3 for 1 myself. I don't know. I don't. In response to the evoke trigger. All right, so hang on. So they're gonna get. All right, so this is gonna resolve. I can subtlety this, but I lose my thing. Guess I don't really want this to resolve. Yeah. I would have got blown out by the Mystical Dispute in their hand that they had up. So, I'm glad I didn't do that, because I would have been blown to fucking smithereens. 3 for 1ing myself into a Mystical Dispute. Alright. Yeah, I guess we could have done it. Make a green. Now I can actually cast the Endurance. It's kind of funny. I couldn't cast it before, but now I can cast it. Put all that shit back in their deck. Who knows if they're playing Snapcaster or not. Crucible of Worlds, huh? Beginning combat, beginning combat. Oculus or not? I guess Oculus. Get their turn. Does feel terrible. Ugh. Yep. I guess I swing both of these. They'll trade here. They won't trade. Interesting. I'm thinking back to that play, and like, if we pitch the Solitude, pitch the Subtlety, and then force pitching the thing, right? They'll mystical back, and then we'll mystical, right? And our hand will be empty, and then they would untap and play Teferi and bounce our thing, and we'd have a manifest. That's how it would have went down. That's interesting. The old no attacks, no block. Pending. Actually, Actually, we have to sack this, because we don't have any... If I want to hold up Mystical Dispute, I can't fetch in Mystical Dispute, so I have to do this. Oh, never mind. Breeding Pool's here. I lied. Face up. They should have done this pre-combat, and then they would have known that they could attack me. Now they're in trouble. They like this no attacks, no blocks on this thing's really bad. I mean, it still could block the Endurance, so it's not that. What's going on over there, friend? I mean, they're doing a good job. I mean, they're kind of kicking my ass here. Kind of kicking my ass. So, Otawaraing this, I don't think that's great. think we just swing at the Wandering Emperor. Swing at the Wandering Empire. Okay, Empire dies. Now, if I play this land, I can Endurance and hold up Mystical Dispute. Or I can save this and attempt to bounce a Colonnade when we go to combat. I think... Ginger, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everyone from Ginger Stream. Hope you had a good challenge, both of them. I'm debating here if we play this Otawara and hold up Dispute on any white card, so we can Endurance plus Dispute, or do we save it to bounce this? I guess we play it. And then we can hardcast the Endurance if they attack, and then hold up Mystical. We're playing in some kind of weird control deck that's playing Demolition Field type, Ghost Quarter type package. He got unlucky and crashed out. Listen, that's what I did yesterday, so I feel his pain. Went 3-0 off stream. I was playing the 9 a.m. challenge. I went 3-0 off stream, and then I logged on to stream all excited that I was 3-0, and then immediately lost the first 2 rounds, and then crashed out and went to bed. So I feel him. Alright, so let's Mystical Dispute this. It doesn't really do much, but... Alright, so they're going to pay, and then let's play Endurance. I don't really want to shuffle these back into the deck, and I kind of need to get to 6 just for Oculus, so I don't really want them to have these 2 cards, so we're just going to hit OK. Maybe it's okay shuffling them back into the deck. Alright, Teferi resolves. Wish I kept this in my hand, but Teferi resolves. I wanted to make sure we could stop something like a Wandering Emperor. Alright, Birthing Ritual. Okay, so this is really good. So let's begin combat. Swing it to Fairy. Alright, we can't play the Endurance and the Birthing Ritual. I think that the Birthing Ritual is potentially better, because we could get an Oculus. And if we play the... I guess... Yeah, I think Ritual is much better too, because we could just get an Oculus. Alright. Complete failure. Utter failure. No. Okay, well. Teferi goes up. Okay, so we cannot swing this Endurance because of the Colonnade. So I think we just play this Endurance. I don't really want those. And I think I play this land so I can get a Surveil after everything's said and done. Alright. End step. No attacks. I just get wrecked by the Colonnade. I could have waited till after combat, but I still just get wrecked by the Colonnade, so I'm not going to take the chance that they don't block. Maybe they just wouldn't block, but I don't know. Alright, so... Okay. Let's sack this. Now, Oculus is a hell of a card. Fblthp draws us 2, and then we get another look. But is Oculus just too fucking broken? I think Oculus is just too fucking broken. Okay. Yeah, Oculus draws in a different way. Fblthp, the loss. Yup. They can Wrath at instant speed, so this is a little unnerving. So let's Surveil here. We have a Surveil lands, Hedge Maze. Get a nice Surveil. I mean, I probably want this. It's just free value, free into the birthing thing. I wonder if they field here, so I don't get to surveil. That's fine. We still have another forest in the deck, so it doesn't really do much other than tap them out of mana. So if they use the Colonnade, they can't do much else. Alrighty. Well, that's a good card. So, begin combat, swing face. Begin combat. Begin combat. Attack with all creatures, face. That's true. And they are playing Mana Tithe. So, you know. Everybody going to face. Face is the place. Colonnade. Un colonnade. Block that. Okay. You would like to die. I accept that you die. Oh. Oh. Well, that's not good for us. Very much not good for us. Alright. So, that dies. Now we flip up Fblthps. I don't know if there's anything that we bounce. Like, we can't bounce this. We could bounce this, but they're just going to replay it. So let's just hope Birthing Ritual gets us something good. We could have synced what? How could we sync with Teferi out? And this is a land, and this says non-land specifically. Okay. They have Teferi out, so our options are incredibly limited. Alright, so let's sack. Let's get an endurance here. Okay. Endurance. Do we want these cards back in our library, or do we want to save it? How many Oculuses are gone? All three of our Oculuses are gone, so I think we need to target ourselves with this. All three Oculuses have been exiled. We're only playing 3. I would have liked to cast Sync, but Teferi prevents all the fun that I would like to do. Okay. Yeah. That's true. I think we needed to get some business back in our deck, though. I mean, they didn't even play the Field of Ruin again. Yup. Think we're in trouble. We have to draw a Quantum Riddler. What's up? Yeah, you might be right about the Field of Ruin, but I did want to get some of these lands and things back in our deck. Maybe that was just wrong. But if they want to fuck around Field of Ruining us and not, like... Okay. Yeah, well, I guess I'll get the Field of Ruin this time. If they use it. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you got? Wrath of the Skies. Okay, so number 1, we're going to play Windswept Heath. We're going to play Fblthps. Draw a card. Subtlety. Subtlety? Subtlety is a little bit better because we can Birthing Ritual it. We could have synced the Teferi. What's happening? Okay. We got. Got. We could have synced the Teferi and held up the Subtlety, but it looks like that wasn't going to work. Yeah. Okay. Now I can Endurance away their lands, because I can't replay it. Alrighty. Let's try this again. So let's go 1, Play this snake. Do I want to play a birthing ritual or do I want to play the endurance? We don't have any Oculuses to get, so let's just play the endurance. Okay. Yield to a turn. Get them to stop killing our stuff. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, let's draw endurance. So we attack, they block the endurance, they go to 2. We could sink the Teferi. Doesn't do much. I guess we attack here. Yep. They block the endurance. They take 2. We replay the endurance. Get rid of their goddamn demolition field. Pass the turn. We're getting there. We're getting closer to killing them. Oh, there goes Crucible of Worlds. So we can sink the Teferi and then Shardless Agent and Cascade. I don't know if that's good or not. Or we could just play Shardless Agent, play Birthing Ritual. Which is probably just fine. Alright. Yield through the turn. Okay. Fblthp the Lost. Give me 2 cards. Alright, we finally drew a goddamn Quantum Riddler. We've been waiting for one of these. When it rains, it pours. Okay, so let's go Teferi. What the hell is this? That's pretty good. Attempt to sink into Super Teferi. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so we're going to go to second main. Then we're going to attempt to Quantum Riddler. Draw a card. Alright, now we're going to go... Do I play this? No, I want to kill the Colonnade next turn. Can go to end step, put the Warp here. Birthing Ritual. Okay, sack the Quantum Riddler, get a Quantum Riddler, draw a card. Okay, alright, we're doing it. We're doing it. Teferi will be flared by sacking Fblthps. This is game 2. I won game 1 pretty handedly. They're watching? We don't know if they're watching. We don't know if they're watching. Mystical. Okay, so they're going to bounce the Teferi. Oh, you saw their name? Whatever. You just have to assume that everybody's watching. Alright, so we can Boseiju the Colonnade. Oh, god damn it. Okay. So let's kill the Colonnade. Get that stupid Colonnade out of here. And let's play Birthing Ritual. Let's play Riddler. It's game 2 because we have disputes in, right? We wouldn't have disputes in if it wasn't game 2. Okay. Sacrifice this. Get an endurance. Target myself. I need all these threats back in the deck. I need my Quantum Riddlers back. I need my shit back. Yeah, it's game 2 because I have Dispute in the deck. If I didn't have Dispute, then that'd be one thing. But Dispute is for sure in the deck. Alright, let's play this. No. Play Ice-Fang. And he'll frustrating. Frustrating. Well, as someone pointed out, we have to make them use time. It's probably why they conceded game 1 so fast. Because, like, them winning takes quite a long time. Alright, what do I want to do? I want to play... I want to shuffle these back into the deck so they can't draw a Crucible. And then get me. I want to play this Riddler. Warped. Draw 2. Okay. Turn 23, baby! I gotta pee. I really have to pee, but I can't. We gotta make them, you know, we gotta time them. We gotta do some time wars here. They could talk to Fairy for a... Oh no, a win con. Whoa! A win con! Uh-oh. Yeah, let's crack this. Get a Hedge Maze. What am I drawing? I don't really want to draw that. I mean, we've lost. We should concede. But, you know. I got this Quantum Riddler. Okay. This game is gonna go to WAFO status. WAFO game for them. Alright, we might just be dead really quick. Well, we don't have much time with these solitudes. Alright, so I'm gonna run to the bathroom when this game ends. Birthing Ritual. Yep, to turn. Alright. Alright, I will be right back. Excuse me one sec. Okay, so what do I want to make sure is in the deck? I kind of want Harbinger of the Seas in the deck. No, it wasn't like that. Just had to pee. Just had to pee. Probably want Force of Negation to make sure I don't get Teferied. Yeah, I agree. I don't like it either. It's just abusing this card. This card is just broken. Yeah. They don't really do very much. Let's bring back in a Riddler. Let's cut an Endurance. Let's try this. Alright. We just need to surveil into one land. Alright, we're going to keep it. This is kind of risky, but we're going to keep. Very risky. And we're going to play for time. Alright, need to surveil into a land here. Need a land, need a land, need a land. Beautiful. Then we start with Ritual or Riddler. Let's start with getting Ritual in play, I guess. Get Ritual in play. Alright. We get wrecked by a mana leak here, but it is what it is. Alright, we were getting wrecked by that regardless. Hedge Maze, we'll put that on top. Don't beat Teferi, please. Don't beat Teferi, please. Okay, so we should crack this for a basic forest. And then we should warp this Riddler. And we should hold up Dispute or Ritual again. Have two rituals. I think we hold up Dispute. Alright, go to the end step. Put the warp here. Harbinger. Okay, Sac. Harbinger. They do have planes. So it's not the slam dunk I would like it to be. Okay. Okay, what do I want to do now? What do I want to do? I want to play this. I think I can attack with Harbinger. And I could play another Birthing Ritual. And I'm not going to use this. Always yields. Okay, no. There's no Oculuses. Okay, no. So we'll just pass with this thing up. Alright, we're gonna go to time here, so I have to play a little bit smarter. One Lantern. Never Lantern. I tried Lantern, Timmy. I was hurt. All the Consign to memories out there, they hurt me, Timmy. They didn't even bother. What do I want to do here? I want to be in combat, attack them. And I want to bounce this, I guess. I guess I'm bouncing this. Okay. I'm gonna get an Oculus, I think. Okay. No. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, that's pretty good. Oculus. 4, 5, 6. Get through the turn. Okay, no. Okay, no. Endurance. Okay. Be in combat, be in combat. Attack Teferi, attack Teferi. Oh, this is pretty good. If this is a Wrath of Skies. Yup. That's pretty good. Alright, well, looks like time it is. I have to save this for a turn that I can do something. Coiling Oracle. Okay, well that doesn't exactly do anything, but it's not nothing. Looks like I'm gonna lose. Looks like I'm gonna lose. They could just Teferi the Solitude. I've lost. I have lost. No, nothing I can do. I'm not gonna be able to time them out in this situation. Alright, well that was depressing, disheartening. They had Teferi out. If I coulda, I woulda. Alright. I mean, we have a bunch of these. So let's spin that. Teferi is pretty good against our deck. They've been to Consign to Memories, so this must be Esper Blink. Alright, so if it's Esper Blink, I just want to play this, and I guess we'll just play the Coiling Oracle. Yeah, Teferi's pretty good. Alright, the question is, do we want to blink the dog? If they play the dog, are we subtletying it? That's the question. Oh, they're not playing the dog. Bowmaster. That's equally terrifying. Subtletying this doesn't really do anything for me. Like, they just untap and replay it. Well, that kind of sucks. Card's very good against us. Very, very good against us. I will Subtlety a Frog, though, I think. Bogart Bog. Necro Dominance, you say? Alright, well, that fucking sucks. Can't really do anything about that. Yeah. He's on... the Consign threw me for a second, but... I believe you are correct that they're on Necro Dominance. I believe you're correct. Cards are going to be put into the graveyard for... Alright, how do I deal with this? How do we deal with this Necro Dominance shenanigans? I don't know. I suppose we just play this. What do you think the odds are that we can get an untapped land? Think we should gamble for an untapped land to play this, but that just dies, so... I think we'll just chill. I think we'll just chill, and then maybe we can sink this at the end of their... before their end step. We'll take 2. Psychic Frog. What a pain in the butt. Well, I don't really want that Psychic Frog to resolve, so I guess I have to do this. Okay. Alright, well, let's stink that. Okay, okay. We could have played the Coiling Oracle to hit the lands. Let's play this. I think we need to sink or bounce the Necro Dominance again. We'll take the 2. This feels like I'm just treading water. It doesn't feel like I'm getting ahead. Just feels like I'm treading water. Alright, I would like to get ahead, please. Coiling Oracle. Okay. Okay. Crack this. Whoops. Coiling Oracle. Okay. We are doing it. We are doing it. So we flare... I don't think we flare the frog, but I think we flare the Necro Dominance. I don't know. We'll see what they do. Oh no, my thing! Alright, so we have Snare here. Or we have Surveil here. What are they in the tank about here? There's no reason to be in the tank now. I guess they just had to check their phone or something. Force of Despair? Maybe. I will block the Bowmaster, I think. Well, let's surveil here. See, we're drawing. I would like an Oculus. Oh my goodness. Well, let's flare that. Looks like we're going to win this game. Looks like we're going to do it. Oculus. 1, 2, 3. Yield through the turn. Alright, let's set an upkeep stop. Let's set an upkeep stop, so if this is... You were right about the Force of Despair. I don't necessarily know if sinking a Force of Despair is the solution. Alright, we'll take 1. We'll go to 8. No, I couldn't. You can't force it. You can't, like, sink a Force of Despair, right? They just exile another card and pitch it. I suppose I probably can't let them resolve this. Right, if I sink the Force, they just pitch another card, right? And then and we know they have another card because they had the Shieldred or something, you know? We weren't punished for F6ing. But we know they still have the Necro Dominance in hand, so, like... I don't know. I don't necessarily know if blowing our counter on that is worth it, but maybe it is. I don't necessarily think so. But maybe it was worth it. We have to draw Oculus or, like, Shardless Agent or something. Maybe a Subtlety would be nice. Well, that's pretty good. Probably our best draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we'll set an upkeep stop. Maybe we can flip up a Harbinger of the Tides. Subtlety, okay. Alright, yield to a turn. I don't know what they could have here. Toxic. Fatal Push. I'll take Frog. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think I just play this and pass. And we pass. Alright, let's go. Let's give us another Oculus. Okay, okay. Something to do with our mana, right? Unban Fury. Unban Fury? No way. Fuck that card, man. With all the Consign to Memories and shit running around? Oh, man. Alright, I think we just... Pretty sure we just no-block this Frog. If they swing with it. If they swing with it, I think we no-block. I think we flip this up so they can't Fatal Push it. And then we attack with everything. And then they're going to take 8-5. They'll be dead if they, right? We flip this up. They can't Fatal Push it. Then we flip this up. They can't block it. They have to block one of these two. And they can't Fatal Push anything. And I think they just die. Right? We no blocks. And then we just kill them. Yeah. This is even better, because now we don't have to flip these up. Whichever one they try and Fatal Push, we can flip it up. Right? When they try and Fatal Push this, we flip it up. When they try and Fatal Push this, we flip it up and the Fatal Push doesn't work, and then we just kill them. So I think we got him here. I think we good. I think we Gucci. Uh-huh. Unless they Fatal Push exactly this Subtlety this turn. Unless they Fatal Push this, then we lose. Okay. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. Well, Harbinger seemed good. Their mana base was kind of atrocious. Ice-Fang doesn't seem that great in the face of Bowmaster. Let's bring in this. Let's bring in this. We just got Soul Spiked. Soul Spike was like not on my radar. I tried to play around them having a Fatal Push, and we played in... By playing around them having a Fatal Push, we played into Soul Spike and just died. I would like Disputes. Alright. Let's turn it back. So, well, you know, I mean, you try to be smart and you try to play around one card, and then you just walk yourself into another card, you know? So, that's Magic. That's what happens when you try and, like, think on all these different levels. You just fucking walk into, you know? You're like, oh, I'm going to play around this. And oh, well, I guess I just died to this. Alright. Let's get Hedge Maze. Fblthp. I think we just need lands. Maybe it was better to just play Fblthp here, but let's play the Ritual. You try to be like, alright, well, I'm going to go here, and then oh yeah, I just die. Quantum Riddler, sure. My Quantum Riddler is going to ascend. Your Quantum Riddler is basic, bitch. Alright, let's play Quantum Riddler. See if we can draw a blue source so we can leave up the Dispute. Okay, well, we'll just play that. You have to do a turn, so we have to make sure we stack this right. Warp goes on the stack first, so it resolves last. Birthing Ritual. Quantum Riddler, turn into... We could have Subtletied and pitched, but... I suppose we can Subtlety here. Pitch Subtlety and then flare this. Or we could just let him have it and then untap and Rec Sage it. I think we let him have it. Untap, Rec Sage, and then Birthing Ritual the Rec Sage. Yeah. Alright, do your nonsense. No, we can't interact with this on the stack. We could Subtlety, and then while Subtlety's alive for a second with the priority, we can flare. We could have flared this. They didn't even draw any... Oh, yeah. That goes to the end step. Oops. Alright, how many cards are they drawing? They drew 10. Which means they have to go down 5. Which means they can pitch. They can spike me. But we'll just play Rec Sage, get the Necro Dominance, Birthing Pot it away. Yeah, we could have pitched 3, which would have put us close to playing the Oculus, but... I mean, we did get a Force of Despair and a Shieldred, so... Alright, 10 cards. How low are you gonna go? And am I getting Soul Spiked? Who knows? I don't know what they're going to do. Alright, they're in cleanup. So in cleanup, they can't do anything. So they just paid 5 to lose 5. Alright, it's possible they have a Subtlety or something. So I'm going to play this, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, Reclamation Sage. I'm going to kill Necro Dominance. Yes. Alright, let's go to the end step. To the end step. Are you going to Force of Despair my Reclamation Sage? Just so I don't get a Birthing Ritual thing. Let's find out! It doesn't necessarily seem worth it to, like, 4 for 1 myself to fight a Force of Despair. Alright, let's sacrifice Reclamation Sage. Harbinger? Okay. Oop. Or do I just want Subtlety? This is a 3-3, this is a 2-2. I think Harbinger's okay because it stops them from casting another Necro Dominance because that shit's black, black, black. So let's Harbinger. Alright. Of Wretched Sorrow. Why do they want this gone so bad? I guess they must have another Necro Dominance. Well, I mean, if I'm going to counter something, I might as well just counter the Necro Dominance that they're going to play next turn, right? Well, I guess we can counter this. Yeah, this will fill up our graveyard so we can play the Oculus next turn. Pitch you. Alright, so... Give me Flare. Back to Subtlety. Alright. They probably got another Necro Dominance and they probably can't use it now. So hopefully we're in a good spot. Okay, well. Alright. Well, I guess they're going to get their Necro Dominance in no matter what. They're at 18. So annoying. Alright, well, we get an Oculus next turn. Hopefully we can get something with the Birthing. Hopefully we could draw, like, a 2-drop into a land or something so we could, like, use the Birthing Ritual. This deck is very annoying. Yeah. Remember when this deck used to play Grief? Alrighty. So, we could play the Oculus or we try to high roll. Oculus doesn't let us use the birthing ritual. Where Coiling Oracle... Do we try and high roll, or do we... Gamba. 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 Gamba? Multi-Gamba. Alright. Yay. Alright. Let's get some birthing ritual stuff going on. Abhorrent Oculus. Okay. Sacrifice you. Oculus. You know how much we wanted an Oculus? I need to play you. We could have had one Oculus, but instead we have an Oracle and an Oculus. I don't know if that's right or not, but, you know, whatever. Yeah! You know how much we wanted one of those, Lois. A boat is a boat, but the mystery box is anything. It could even be a boat. Oh, I mean, I did that, so I'm fucking guilty of that, you know? I'm guilty of that exact same thing. But I think this ended up working out. But that was a high-risk play. High variance. High variance play. Alright. They have drawn a card with a Quantum Riddler. Yeah, I don't know, man. They're playing Consign, so they're probably going to consign this at the end step. Not every deck should be a Riddler deck? No. You don't know how it works, Timmy. When Riddler and Lantern? That's the real question. When are you going to play Quantum Riddler and Lantern? That's what you got to think about. What is that? Subtlety? Yeah, I guess I probably want that. Let's see, I should try that. Mine hard side. Listen, this is the way of things. Everybody just throws the Riddler in decks. Alright, so we're going to kill them. No, we're not going to kill them. Be in combat. Be in combat. Attack. Oculus or hold up Subtlety? I probably ought to hold up Subtlety on the chance that they play Harbinger. Okay, sacrifice you. Get Harbinger. Yield to the turn. I don't want them to play the card Shieldred of the Apocalypse. I would like them not to resolve that card. You know what? I'll settle for them not resolving this card either. I would like them not to resolve this card either. Yay? Okay. Draw 2. Living dangerously, I see. Alright, we got it. We got it. We probably want a 4th Mystical Dispute over this Force of Negation. And, let's run it back. We don't want them to resolve the Froggerino. We don't want them to resolve Riddler. Splash for Riddler and Yawgmoth. You know, it might be the way. Alright. If they resolve a Psychic Frog here, we probably lose. No. Fuck. Well, we lost. Both sides played hard. Good game. That sucks. Ah, fuck. That fucking sucks. I think I need to put this on the bottom. Okay. Let's Coiling Oracle. Oh, it's so sick. Alright. I'm not gonna block this. I'll give him a card. I guess we shock this in. We could play the Birthing Ritual, but probably get Fatal pushed out of the game here. I think we just pass. I think we're dead. I don't see us winning this game. Turn 2 Frog is just too good. Maybe I needed to mulligan to Mystical Dispute to deal with this Frog. But turn 2 Frog is just too strong. Block here, I guess. Maybe. But the problem is I don't really want them to have an Oculus or anything. Cast this. Target that. Put it on the bottom. We got rid of it. Alrighty. Well, now what? Harbinger. Ritual. I guess we have to play... I guess the way to do this is to float a green and then go 1, 2, 3 Harbinger. Then we don't have to shock ourselves for this land. Harbinger. Play. Ritual. Go to end step. I would like to attack here, but then if they fatal push... I don't know. I probably can attack here. Yeah, this is probably a safe attack. Because I'm going to sack it for a thing anyway. Alright. Birthing Ritual. God, these all fucking suck. God damn it. Where's our Quantum Riddlers and stuff that we could sack with this? Well, live by the Birthing Ritual, die by the Birthing Ritual. Okay. Sack the Subtlety. Get Coiling Oracle, I guess. Guess they have Force of Despair, so it doesn't even fucking matter. Yep. Sick. Alright. Well, I'm dead to this Psychic Frog. Don't know what I have outs-wise. Yeah, we're so dead here. So dead. Alright, well... Let's see, what can we do here? I guess we start with green. I guess the question is, do we Ritual Snake? Or do we Harbinger Oracle? They said oops. I guess we're gonna Oracle. And then let's... I mean, I feel like I might need to cut him off mana here. But the problem is, if I just play the Endurance... I guess we need to cut him off mana, and then we need to hit something off this. Coiling Oracle needs to be an Endurance or an Oculus. Something to block the Frog. Yeah, I know, but if I like play the Endurance... I'm sure in the 4 mana they can find a way to kill this Harbinger or something. But yeah, if I don't get a flyer, I am dead on board. Nothing mattered. Nothing matters, and I'm literally dead on board. GG's. Alright, well, Force of Despair is pretty good against this deck. Well, we start off 2-0, and then got wrecked by two random decks playing random cards. Not random, but just like non-meta decks. Alright. I think we probably could have won that game if we hit a little bit better that one turn off it. Oh boy, we're playing against this. Okay. Alright, a Ragavan? Alright, we could beat a Ragavan. We're going to get a Hedge Maze here. Oculus. I think it's a little too early for this Oculus. I think we have to make sure we can cement our mana base. We'll get a basic forest here, and then we'll play Mr. Chump Blocker. Mr. Chump Blocker! Oh, baby. That's so sick. So sick when it does that. We're playing this deck? Yeah. But we're about done. And then we're going to give people a vote of what to see next. Scion of Draco. Well, that's fucking terrific. I love that for us. I guess I can sync this. But I don't know if that does what I want it to do. I can't block this because it has trample, vigilance shit. So there's no point in chump blocking because of, you know, trample, first strike. They're getting a card no matter what. Oh good, they got my birthing ritual. I didn't need that. Alright, so Harbinger is an interesting one. It does stop them from doing things, but they have the ley line, so like doesn't really do much. I can sync this, but then they just play a land and then replay the ley line. Like that doesn't fucking do anything. Nothing in my deck fucking does anything. I guess I can Riddler. I guess I can play an Endurance, which blocks this. Put this into play tapped. Attempt to play Riddlers to block this. I guess that's my plan here. Riddler blocks this. Or Endurance blocks the Ragavan. That'll be our plan. It's not much of a plan, but... No, but like, if I bounce it, they just replay it afterwards, you know? They could fetch out the mana to do so, I would have to imagine. I would have to imagine they could fetch out the mana, like if I were to sync this. I think the way I win this game is hardcasting Riddlers. So we're going to try and play this game to get to the point where we can hardcast Riddlers to block Scions. Might as well target them here. Then we block here. Yeah, but then I'm not progressing my board to the point where I can win. Right? I win the game by casting these, I suppose. Now they go Flash, kill this. Okay. Well, 1, 2. Have to crack this. We get another forest here. I could go Harbinger Oracle. But that kind of just... Quantum Riddler. Draw a card. Leyline Binding. Oh no, they did not Leyline Binding it. Alright. Well, we have the Chump Blocker. What on earth is in their hand? Hopefully it's a bunch of Consign to Memories. It's a bunch of Consigns and not a bunch of, whatevers. We often just playing some leagues, having fun, you know. We'll play Frog in challenges, but we're just trying new stuff in leagues. I lost to this person in the challenge. Remember a couple days ago, this person beat me in the challenge and then ended up winning. So we're trying out their list with Riddlers in the deck. Leyline Binding. Oh my god, I'm shocked. They have a Leyline Binding. Getting my Riddler. Yes, I suppose that happens. I suppose I go to 7 as well. I don't think I want to chump with the Endurance just yet. Alright, well, let's riddle again. Riddle me this, Batman. Well, that's pretty good. I do like that. Okay. Blood Crypt. Hooray for making it a 4/6. Wow. Wow. Okay, so let's start off with 1, 2, 3. Who's calling me? And why am I a bad streamer that forgot to mute my phone? Why am I a bad streamer that forgot to mute my phone? Okay, where were we? I got distracted. I apologize. I believe casting the Harbinger here is probably what I want to do. Just kind of slow them down, I guess. And then we can play Ice-Fang at the end of their turn. It's not attack time yet, and they are at 30, but let's just chill. Sorry for the not muting my phone. It's gonna have the Nobody ever calls me, so usually it doesn't matter that I mute it. 1, 2, 3. Looks like a flash. It's gonna hit the Harbinger. I suppose I just flare this, right? Should I sack the Coiling Oracle? I should just sack the Oracle, because then I can Ice-Fang. Fuck is this Oracle doing anyway? Why did they use the... Oh, they had to use their treasure for red. Alright. I believe we have done the good things. Now all we gotta do is bounce this. Yeah. Alright. So... let us make Snake. This one has Death Touch. That's very exciting. Snakes love it when they get to have Death Touch. Oracle. Draw. I could pitch this and then draw 4. We could pitch and then draw 3 with Riddler. That's probably good. Get rid of that. Flage. They might have a Consign here for this trigger. That might be what this is all about. If they do have that Consign, they can consign this Riddler draw. And honestly, you know, they probably do have the Consign. So maybe I just warp it. That way they can, if they have a Consign, let's see if this, I'll draw a million cards here. Alright, they do have the Consign. Alright, fair enough. I'll play you next turn, Riddler. Next turn. That's the only reason that they would pause, right? And it's the only cards that they would have in their deck that they wouldn't be able to cast here. Would be Consigns. Right? So they pause, which says, why would you be pausing with double blue up? And they didn't have Stubborn, or they would have used the Flare, right? Alrighty. Didn't think we were going to get that one. Didn't think we were going to get that one. Alright, let's bring in Force of Vigor. Let's bring in whose member? Let's bring in Reclamation Sage. Let's cut. See, this is where it gets tricky, right? Like, I want a lot of cards in this matchup. Like, I want 7 cards. And then, do I also want consigns? Do I also need consigns to stop their stupid artifact thing? Am I boarding in 10 fucking cards? That seems so excessive. But on the other hand, fuck them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Consign does seem very, very narrow. So let's get rid of that. And... okay, so we are bringing in a bunch of cards. We're bringing in 9 cards. You know, maybe we don't need... I guess we do need Dismember. Okay, so what are we cutting? Cut a Riddler. Maybe we just shave. We'll shave one of you. And we'll shave one of you, I suppose. Alright. The Big Dibba. Okay. Keep. Alright. Double Leyline. I'll Force of Vigor that so fast. No ley lines. Now I feel like an idiot for having a Force of Vigor. Monkey time! Time for a little monkey boy. Alright, well... that monkey will be... dismembered. I have to do it now. If I wait till their turn and they have Stubborn Denial, I will feel like the biggest fool. But if we dismember into stub and they stub it and we take 4, you know, we're just in jail. Straight to jail. Boop. Birthing Ritual. This does walk into stub here, but they didn't even have stub. This deck is not very good if they don't have Leyline, the deck is this. But if they do have Leyline, the deck is cracked. Alright. Maybe I should have shocked this in. But I want to use the Surveil on this. Yeah, opponent forgot the Leyline on turn 0. The most important part of the deck. Okay, well that was a little anticlimactic. A little anticlimactic there. Let's look at our treasures. By the way... let's open our treasure. This deck felt great. I mean, it felt really good, and it felt really awkward at times. Oh, good. Good. Fixing the shortage of these cards on the secondary market. Okay, this deck was alright. It's pretty much what we knew, right? We beat everything on the meta, and then we lost to non-meta decks that just played cards. We lost to Despair. Force of Despair. Alright, so let's figure out what's next. So, these are the options for you guys, okay? You can vote for this Boros Steel Cutter deck. We can do this...